Hi there, Chase here, and in this video we're going to talk about troubleshooting emails not sending. I made some updates to the support doc here, and we're just going to follow these steps and sort of talk through them. So first, I want to go into the location that's having the problem, and I'm going to go to the SMTP and Mailgun service tab, and we're going to confirm what's set as the default. If nothing is selected, so this is something important we need to understand. If there's nothing set as default in the location tab, then it's defaulting back to whatever's set in the agency tab. So let's take a look. So let's say I'm in my agency account here, and let's say this account, I'm trying to send email and it's not working. I'm going to go into that account, and I'm going to go to settings, and we're going to go SMTP and Mailgun service. So here we're seeing Mailgun is here, but it's not set as the default. And so this means that it's taking the settings from my agency default. If you came in here and you saw another provider, again, we can add SMTP providers. So let's say there was a Google account here. Well, then it's a Google issue, right? So I'm going to have to go to G Suite or go to Google and see what's going on. But let's say for this example, I want to use Mailgun. So I'm going to go back to the agency level, and I'm going to go settings, and I'm going to go over here to Mailgun because that's what I want to use. But if I click in here, I can see that Mailgun is what's set as my default, right? So now I'm going to go to the Mailgun tab, and now we're on to step number 2. So if you're using Mailgun, go to the Mailgun tab and make sure your API key is set in 2 places. It has to be both up here, and then it has to be at the location here. Now, the one thing that you can check is make sure that there was no extra space added before or after the key. Sometimes when you copy a key, you'll actually copy in an extra space at the end, paste that in, and now it's saved with a space at the end, which could throw it off. So just make sure there's no extra spaces there. If your key is missing, you can get it by logging into your Mailgun account, going over here, clicking your profile picture, selecting API keys, and then you can hit this button, which will show you your key, and then you can copy and paste it and bring it back into your account. Okay, next, we're going to confirm that you have the sending domain set in the domain column. If there's no domain set, click the pencil icon for that location and select the domain. If there's no domain to select, you have a Mailgun domain issue. So we're talking about this column right here. If you don't have a domain like this account right here, wouldn't be able to send mail because I haven't told it which domain to use. So I would click the pencil icon, and then I would select my whatever it is that I'm using, right? So looks like normally I use this one, so I'd hit save, and that's going to update here in my domains column. Again, if you select the pencil icon and you don't have any options, well, now we have a Mailgun domain issue. So let's talk about that next. So number 4, to troubleshoot a Mailgun domain issue, we're going to log into Mailgun, select sending to view your domain. So we're going to go over here. Let's say we were here on our dashboard. We just logged in. We're going to hit sending. Now it's going to show us our domains here. So what we're looking for is a green check mark. If you have a green check mark, it means your domain is set up correctly. If you don't, it means there's an issue with your DNS. So like, let's say I was trying to use this domain as my sender, there's an issue. I click in, it's going to show me what's wrong. And so I have green check, green check, green check, green check. Here's my issue, red X. So I have a TXT issue, and now I know I just need to take this and go, or take just this depending on which one what service I'm using to manage my DNS. But the issue is with this TXT record. So in our help doc, we've got specific instructions for the most 3 popular ways to manage your domain. It'll walk you through setting up those records so you can make sure you get it right, and then this will turn green, and then you'll be good to go. Last, if your domain is set up correctly, you have the green check mark, but there's still an issue, what you want to do is go click sending logs. Make sure you're looking at the domain in question. So let's say I'm looking at this one. It's going to show you the logs from the past couple of days, and you're just going to scroll down and look for an error. You're going to look for the email that you were trying to send, right? So if you know the person's email here, you're going to try to, you could do a Command F and paste it and try to find it on the page, or look for errors. So we can see here in this one, there's this error. So at the let's understand what we're looking at here. We've got an event. It's going to tell us what happened when they tried to send. Was it opened? Was it just delivered? Was it rejected? Was it reported as spam? Did it bounce? It's going to say, okay, who tried to send it? And then it's going to say, where did we try to send it to? So in this instance, we could see this one failed because it tried to send from here, but what happened was it tried to send to a webhook API, not an email address. So that's understandable why this one would fail. But you might see an error, something along the lines of, it could be a variety of errors, but when you click into it, you can get more information here about the error. It'll give you more information over here. And if there is an error that you don't understand, what you can do is just copy what it says, scroll up to the top, click the question mark, and create a ticket. Say, hey, I'm getting this error, what's going on? And Mailgun will help you through that. So those are the steps you want to follow when troubleshooting emails that are not being sent from your HighLevel account.